Romans 11 verse 6, this is also what Paul had said, we were been saved by grace. All doesn't know if what is the true message of this saved by the grace. Even before I've read the warning of Peter about the teachings of Paul, I already knew that Paul have so many erroneous teachings, as some contradicting the words and or will of God, or of the gospel of Jesus and to his own teachings also. This Romans 11 verse 6 is one of the erroneous teachings of Paul. Paul teaches to imitate Jesus. Jesus as man have done so many works that not even all was written, so how called anyone imitate Jesus without works? And as Jesus said, obey all my commands, how could anyone obey Jesus without works? Now as Paul saying, if it is by grace then it is not by works, for it were then no longer by grace, is not it of following Jesus is by grace, for as was written, God said to follow Jesus, and Jesus said to follow God and him, and you will become dear children. So is it not grace to become children of God as by following God and or Jesus? So how could you follow the Matthew 28 verse 20 if without works? So how could you have grace and faith if you are not following God and or Jesus? No one could be said following God and or Jesus without works. For the words of God and or Jesus are a commands, so it is a law. That is why the Holy Book was called to be Book of the Law, or in other words Book of the Wodes of God. There are so many things that were being contradicted by this Paul's teachings. Romans 11 verse 16. Read the statements of the one who posted this caption. He said, it is by grace we were saved, not by works. Did not Paul and other knows that we were saved by grace because of works? For as Jesus said, the law was given to Moses, follow them, and grace and truth came through Jesus. So how could have grace and truth if you will not follow the law of Moses? Do you really know if what it means by the words law of Moses?